Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. So today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and they just dropped this very difficult event, in my opinion. This is going to be the expert level. It says at the top, again, the events are pretty much labeled by their difficulty at the top left if you check it out. The Super Challenge Quest, clear the quest to get magic brooms and more. First of all, my first thought when I saw this, I was just like, you know what, they're trying to compensate for the fact that they didn't give Union Crossboards the magic brooms, and they're just throwing magic brooms. They just made an announcement about getting a Fantasia Mickey B. It's like a sad attempt, because for free-to-play players who could have easily earned the brooms through the Union Cross missions, instead they're going to make super hard missions in order for pretty much only people who spend money on the game to get brooms. Which is, in my opinion, absolutely ridiculous. We're playing a video game. Like, I know there's a lot of money involved for people who are, like, top-tier players. But, like, come on, guys. We're playing a video game. Like, when I think about 10 years ago, 60 bucks, even 50 bucks, bought you a solid game you could easily spend 100 bucks on. So, I don't know. Personal opinion, they should have just kept the magic brooms there. It's not like if they did one broom per board, it'd be so OP, because that's pretty much, they'd have to do so many Union Cross missions just to get enough to make one Fantasia Mickey B. But whatever, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to try and explain to you guys how I did these Super Challenge quests. So moving along, we have 5 days to do these quests. They are going to drop both magic brooms, a gem, and I believe the last reward is a magic mirror. So let's just jump straight into it. I'm going to show you guys the setups that I used. Unfortunately, I know some of them are non-duplicatable just because I got lucky and pulled some good medals sometimes. Or if you're free to play, the statistics just don't, fall on you getting really good medals. And for that, I apologize. I wish there was something I could do, some advice I can give you to make this better for you. But unfortunately, we are kind of stuck here when it comes to pretty much people who do spend money and the game kind of rewarding them by making them able to do these high-level missions. So that's my little disclaimer. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So I recently, and I mean super recently, foiled out all my Proud Mode Keyblades. So I pretty much went straight in with them. So this is the setup, or no, not this one. I believe that was my Union Cross one. Is it this one? Is it this one? This is the one. This was the setup I used, and I just kind of straight tore through the mission. So here are the medals. I have, actually, let me just show you guys this way. So these are the traits I got. None of them are really fantastic. If you see, I got ground enemy defense on a medal that does set damage. So pretty much these are the traits I use. Let's just go through a brief overview of the medals. I use an illustrated KHUX Kairi, mainly because of second chance. You're going to pretty much need to have second chance, and that way you can just keep going. The objectives are the minimum, or the max, I believe, the one to get the broom is complete within 2 turns. So you pretty much dump all your medals into attacking, and then you have second chance to buy you that second turn. I have a 0.2 Kairi with Defense Boost 2, that's irrelevant. I have a Gilded Key Art 7, which is really helpful. And then it goes into the Sora Art EX, which I was lucky to get. And then a boosted Gilded Key Art Beginning with Defense Boost 2, which is irrelevant because it's an attack medal and I've got Defense Boost on it. The only real reason I had Defense Boost on it was for the high score challenge back in the day. Alright, so let's go ahead and just run through this one. Before I get started even, I want to tell you right now, if you don't have Gilded medals and defense down medals, this is going to be honestly ridiculously frustrating, impossible, just nonsense. Without Gilded medals, I cannot say you'd even stand a chance, to be honest. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just trying to be realistic. So let's go ahead and let me just show you what I did. Hopefully second chance 2 procs, or this is going to be super embarrassing. So you're going to want to have a lot of AoE for this red one, because as you can see, the number of bars is pretty evenly-ish distributed throughout all of them. Like, the werewolf came with, like, 55, and then that was only twice as much as the smallest one, which was, I believe, the hammer frame. So, yeah, pretty much this is exactly what I did. I believe this is the easiest one based on all the posts I've seen. This is the one that people had the least amount of trouble with. So I just honestly just ran through it. Just really, really quickly. If you guys have any setups you want to ask me about, or like any questions that you think might help advance you, go ahead and ask me. Honestly, I want as many people to get this broom as possible, especially because we were cheated out of them with the Union Cross missions. So as you can see, beat that one turn, didn't need second chance in the end, and that was my power run. That's exactly what I did, to be honest. If you don't have Sora EX, if you have something like 0.2 Aqua or Key Art 8, that would definitely be a good setup to use in this, because these Heartless are over level 500, meaning it's very, very relevant to drop their defense down, because past level 500, I believe that's when decreasing the Heartless defense is significantly more important than buffing your own strength up. So this is going to be the speed one. This is the Fenrir setup that I used. So going into this, let me show you the traits I got. So for the traits, I have extra attack on slot 5, which is kind of bad because, yeah, I don't want to get into that. And then I have the ground enemy defense on slot 4, which is really good because this medal is super strong. The Psyx B is super strong. Having ground on it was super good. So again, we're going in with our KH2 Kyrie with second chance. We have the irrelevant defense boost 2, but the relevant 0.2 Kyrie. An ungilted Key Art Sky, because going back to what I just said, you're going to want to have to decrease their defense, while at the same time having Key Art Sky there versus one of my gilted ones gives me the extra strength. So as you can see, I'm clocking out at 83,000 strength. If I use something like Key Art Bonds, which is gilted, it drops me down a full 10,000 strength. It's a very small factor to defeating the Heartless, but when you take into account it's pretty much that last tiny little push that could make your medals do more damage, totally worth it. So it's, again, ungilted, no skill. And we're going to have a Psyx B. This is going to be, you know what, I don't remember why I didn't throw an extra mirror on there. But it's going to have ground enemy defense minus 60. This is going to be one of my main attacker medals, with Hercules and Phil being my secondary one. This has attack boost 3 max, SB gauge 2 with extra attack on it. So let's go ahead and run our challenge. Awesome, load music. Okay. So let's go straight into it. I believe for my shared medal, I used this EX Cloud. Now, I know some people weren't able to get it. I know some people in their parties weren't able to get it. For just purposes of the demonstration, I am going to use it. Again, if you have any questions, if you think, would this work, please just drop a comment, and I would love to help you out. Alright, so let's jump straight into it after grabbing the chest. So just like the first one, this is a very even spread of HP bars, meaning you're going to want to bring in a lot of AoE medals, especially with your damage pushing ones being AoE. I know I was kind of contradictory because I have the Psyx B here, which is a random target. But as you can see, it did a lot of damage. To counteract the fact that it does a lot of damage, oh man, my resolution dropped like by a lot. To counteract the fact that it doesn't do a lot of AoE damage, I brought Hercules and Phil with me. That's just to spread out the damage, and then definitely finishing it off with an EX Cloud to just wipe out the board. Again, you're going to want second chance, because second chance, even if you get hit by a gajillion hits, buys you that second turn. Boom, second turn, here we go. See, there's no way, with plus 4 bars of health and the damage I'm putting out, there's no way that this thing is going to survive my next onslaught of attacks. And now that all the other enemies are defeated, my Psyx B concentrates all its attacks on the main enemy. That was the main reason I brought it, is because the way these work out is always the last enemy has the highest amount of health, but when you knock everything else out, it goes straight in. All random hits center in on that target. And that is, for those of you who know the Lingering Will medal that's coming up roughly in the next 2 months. That is exactly why that medal is so powerful. Because if you can concentrate its attacks, super good. Alright, so that's how I ran through the speed one. As you saw, that was in 2 turns. This is the hard one. This is the tricky one, the magic one. And it's mainly because the snowman has so much health. It's so much health. It's crazy. Like, honestly, I had to, in order to even defeat it, I had to go in with a sleeping lion without my Kyrie with second chance on it. This was the setup I used. Easily the best I could do with the speed medals I have available. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Alright, so the traits I have here are extra attack on the Key R3, which is the defense down -1, and now that makes it defense down -2. It is guilted. So as you can see there, I have attack boost 3 max Lux Plus on it. It's fully guilted, and it has extra attack as the trait, which I got super lucky on. Oh my gosh, I freaked out. Again, we have our 0.2 Kyrie with the defense boost 2. Now, without second chance, this defense boost 2 becomes really, really, really relevant. And that's because the snowman mainly hits you with single hit attacks, meaning you just needed to proc once. You needed to proc once, you're safe until the next turn, you bought that second turn, and then that's when you go in to defeat it. The EX Sora, the Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, is mainly for the +2 speed, -2 speed effect. Again, no guilt, no trait, strictly used for buffering. I already showed you guys Key R3. For Aladdin and Abu, the reason I added this one on here versus something else is because it can concentrate all its attack, its entire multiplier, all its damage goes into knocking out that snowman. And I have extra attack on it, so that gives me the +4 speed for the turn. So doing all the math up until this last point here, we've got +1 speed from the Kyrie, +2 speed from the Sora, and then +4 speed from the Aladdin and Abu, clocking us out at the maximum of 7. Lastly, we finish off with our Key Art 9. It's not max guilted, but it still is guilted. It has attack boost 3 max, SP gauge 2 on it, with max HP +800 and ground enemy defense -60. This is the most crucial part of any strategy that goes into this blue one, is having a guilted tier 5 medal that does ground enemy defense -60. If it was aerial -60, if this medal had aerial -60, I can almost guarantee I wouldn't be able to do it, because it becomes so tight with damage because that thing has just so much health. And you could see I had a hard time doing it because look at how many buffs I had to use. Every medal on this Keyblade buffs or debuffs. That's how necessary it was. So let me see if I can, go in and try and defeat it. And this was so hard. I haven't done this in a while. This was so hard. I had to keep re-rolling for the shared medal. So let's see if I can get it the first time. Alright, I don't see it here. Were you it? What traits did you have? Damage and raids. No, you were not the one that I used. Literally only one exact setup worked out for me in running this entire blue part here. So difficult. It was just so unnecessarily stressful. Max gauges, no. Come on, Key Art 9, where are you? Key Art 9 with ground, where did you go? I need you. Tempest? Was it you? No, max gauges and strength. See, I had to do this. This was how desperate I got to beat this mission, is that I had to keep re-rolling for the shared medal to be a green one with ground. See, there's no ground -60 there. Tempest again. No, not the one that I am looking for. Let's see. Oh gosh, I wish I kind of like TV movie starred this one and had the thing preloaded. No, that's not gonna work. So while we're rolling for it, pretty much. Oh, boom! There it is. Tragic. Thank you so much. I was able to beat this mission because of you. So pretty much what you want to do is, if you want to buff yourself as much as possible and debuff the enemy as much as possible, this one's honestly just a straight beat down one where you have to pretty much clock out damage all the time. It's so necessary to have that ground minus 60, guys. Every part of this blade was necessary. So the buff's there, the debuff's there. This -2 defense buff. Oh my gosh, the quality of the video has just sunk. It has sunk so much. I am sorry, guys, but I hope you're getting the message still. So as you can see, the snowman started out with like 190 bars, which is crazy. That's like 4 times the amount the other ones had almost. So that's why I brought this single target one, to concentrate attacks onto that very ridiculously HP powered snowman, which is easily the biggest problem of this mission. Alright, see, I took care of everything else. And now, oh, attack boost 4 didn't activate. See, I don't even know if I have enough power to do this anymore. And then a defense boost 2 has to activate here, otherwise it's over. It's over. There it is. For those of you who have 0.2 Kyrie with second chance, hopefully that helped you. But that was the setup I used. Again, I had to keep re-rolling the shared medal to be that exact one. Attack boost 4, key art 9 with ground minus 60, and I believe the other trait was aerial minus 60. Unfortunately, I am unable to just keep re-rolling to try and show you guys, but I promise you that is exactly the setup I used. As you can see, I got all the objectives, so hopefully that's enough proof. Let me try one more time to see if I can do it for you guys while I've got this video running. If you don't want to see me attempt it one more time, feel free to head out. Until that next time I see you guys again, take it easy. But we're gonna try one more once I roll into it, if I can ever roll into it. It doesn't look like it's happening today, guys. I'll give it like 4. Oh, nope, there it is. All right, hopefully we get it on this run here, just so I can show you. All right, we'll pick up the chest for some gauges. Oh, so as you can see, I also have no gauge restoring medals on here because unless your setup requires using illustrated VV, you're pretty much going to want to try and dump all your attacks and power into 2 turns, pretty much. Alright, so attack boost 3 max lux plus coming in right there. So what are we at right now? Like, I believe at the end of the turn we end up at +6 strength, -3 general defense, +7 speed, -7 speed. And that's crazy that it requires that much. Like, honestly, it's absurd. Alright, so there we go. We are just chipping away at that guy there. Luckily, key art 9 lasts us until the 2nd turn. So we're going to get pretty much the full benefit of that. Alright, attack boost 4 procs. We're good there. Boom, look at how much more damage that did than before. It did like 10 full bars. Alright, defense boost 2. No dice. Alright, well that's exactly the setup I used. Hopefully it helped you guys. Again, if you have any questions or you're wondering if a certain setup will work, in my opinion, feel free to throw it down below and I will try the best I can to respond. But with that being said, I'm done here, guys. These were my runs. Hopefully they helped. And until the next video, take it easy.